Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's had a great week. I'm sorry that the lights are so bright. I'm actually down. I call it the country at my mom's house. I've been down here all week, spending time with my parents, and also doing homework, just trying to stay focused and on task as we're going through these times. Um, I really enjoyed this week's readings. Like I said in my discussion, that I was excited to see that Strasbourg, I guess I'm saying that name right, that he continued even after Alder came back and um, kind of just told him he was doing everything wrong. And, I think someone got discouraged because everything that he's been doing, everything that he believed in, with all the successes, it was basically like, hey, really? Like, all my work, what do you mean I'm doing it wrong? What do you mean they've moved on to something different? So I was glad to see that he was able to continue and to be so successful and that he believed in his method so much. I think one of the quotes and takeaways that I used and that I highlighted is that he a couple of times he tried to defend himself, and he he fought back, but for the most part, he stayed on task. He stayed focused and continued to teach. And he didn't get caught up in, the accusations and the things people were saying about him and how he had a negative effect on the American theater and what he was teaching was so wrong and how he basically led so many people in the wrong direction. However, so many of them were so successful, even after they maybe ventured off and did their own thing. I think that they should not discredit the things that they did learn from him. So maybe they didn't like his method, but I believe at the end of the day, they got so many things from him. And I think the fact that they didn't like that he was recognized for so many successes, for their successes, for things that was going on, somehow or another, he kept popping up and he kept getting recognized. And even after his death, he still is so vital in the American theater, and everything that he did, and his method and his way of teaching is still being taught today, and it's still helped people, and it's still helping people with their careers and being able to connect with their crafts and their skills that they learned from him. So I thought that was really great, and I really enjoyed that. So as we continue on, I hope that I will continue to learn more. It's times like this, as I'm reading and learning more about theater, that I sort of wish that I had went into it after high school. I think that I would have loved it and enjoyed it. I could see myself being in the whole realms of theater and the art, and it's something that I encourage youth to be involved in. I think it's a skill that is great for youth to learn, even if they don't go beyond. I think it helps them just to have a basic life skill, knowing how to get up and speak and knowing how to connect. I think in knowing how to be sympathetic and empathetic and um, learning how to get out of themselves, and at the end of the day, connecting and understand we're all the same, and we can all relate to one another and to somebody else's story. So I think it's a great skill to have. I actually have a couple of kiddos that I work with, and even my own daughter, that I pray that they get the opportunity to advance in the theater realm of acting, or even just being in the midst, being a part of the whole production. I think is a good part of something for youth to be involved in, and it helps just with the story of life, telling your own story, telling other stories, researching and understanding and connecting. I think it's important. So I look forward to see what's coming up next. I always feel like I'm on the tail end of things. I've got so many things going. I hope that everybody is having success, because I know so many things have been put on hold. But hopefully, it's a time for everybody to be able to step back, reflect, and to prepare for when things are ready to go back in full mode. That you've had a chance to focus on yourself personally, as well as to be able to prepare to go back into the swing of things. So have a good time this week. Hopefully, we will have another good reading, and stay safe out there. And we'll see you next week.